You should be more whimsical in everyday life, and so should I. In today's video, we're going to discuss how to be more whimsical, as well as just bring back childhood wonder into everyday life. So in the context of this video, whimsical means following your sudden thoughts, letting your intuition flow, letting your inner thoughts win, take over. Today, we're just going to discuss how to have a sense of delight or happiness from random, unexpected, imaginative, creative elements or things. The idea behind this more whimsical life is to do small little acts or have observations in everyday life which bring joy or just lighten the everyday mood or everyday life. So I'm going to discuss random things I do and that you should honestly implement, try out if they work for you, or other ideas of what can be done to have a more whimsical, fun life where your inner child just kind of shines through. The first thing is actually not my idea. I copied it from someone years ago and I love it, and it's to have a heart-shaped photo album. So I saw someone on their Instagram having a story highlight, and that highlight was a heart. So I expected it to be their significant other or friends or family, but it was the most random things which were heart-shaped, which she saw in everyday life and took pictures of, and I loved the concept of it. And I've actually copied them in the sense of I have a photo album on my phone where I just put the most random heart-shaped things I see in everyday life. And it's really fun because it makes you kind of look around a little bit more because you're kind of looking for heart-shaped things. And when you do see them, I mean, it makes me super happy. I get super excited about the most random heart-shaped stain on the floor when it's raining, or potato is the last thing I saw on an ad, and I take a picture of it. And I'll insert pictures around here. So I'm going to put some of my heart-shaped things, and I think this is a great concept. It's really fun, it's random, but it makes me happy. It brings joy, and it's such a simple thing to do. You can obviously do it for a color, a number, a word, whatever you want. Whenever I see my name, I also tend to take pictures of it because it's not as common, at least where I live. You can put your own twist onto this, but I think it's a great idea and a great concept. Another thing I tend to do, which is also really fun, and it actually combines two ideas of whimsy together. One is going on nature walks. They're great for your mental health. I actually was listening to a podcast today about this. So I would encourage anyone to go on walks in nature or sit in nature, ideally without listening to a podcast or music, which is something that I do personally. I listen to podcasts or I listen to music if I'm running, but listening to nature around you is actually a lot better. But going on walks, and additionally while going on walks, again, I'm taking pictures of all plants or animals, anything pretty I see. And same, I also have a photo album on my phone of this, and I'll again insert some random pictures that I've recently taken on this photo album. But it's just to give you ideas of just seeing beauty in the things that surround you that are either random, like the heart-shaped things, or just that are pretty but that you don't necessarily take the time to look at when you're just living life. Another example of something super cute and whimsical is a quotation notebook. So I have this tiny little notebook. It's a perfect size because you can fit it anywhere, but I usually keep it in my room, and then I write in it at night. So what I do is whenever I hear a cute citation or quotation, either I hear it in a song or I read it somewhere or I see it on the internet, wherever, I then usually write it down on my phone in the notes app and then afterwards copy it in here. Sometimes I'll just randomly think about things while I'm doing my journaling or while I'm, I don't know, just chilling. And same, I'll add that into here. Or sometimes it's even like poem ideas. It's not a full poem, there's no rhymes. It's just an idea or a concept I have. Just write it down, and then later if I want to write a poem, I'll do it. But I don't write poems anymore, if I'm being honest. I thought I could maybe read out one or two things I wrote down in here. So the first one that I really like, and I've actually used it a lot in the recent years, like the last few years, I mention it to friends a lot. It's rejection is divine protection. I love that quote. Maybe you know it. I think it's great and it can be used a lot, and I really believe in it. And since I wrote it down, I've read it a few times because I go through this sometimes, and it really stuck with me, and now I have it in my head, right? And I just say it to others and share it with others. And then another one that I also really like is being the life instead of seeing it. And I don't know if I came up with this or if I saw it somewhere. Both are possible if we're being honest. I don't remember, but I like it. Being the life instead of seeing it. That goes with the whole just do it motto that I mention on this channel quite a lot. So that's the second idea, just writing it down, or an alternative, to writing it down in a little notebook would be on your phone in the Notes app, which is my first step before going into here. But I also have a folder. I can maybe add some things from my folder here. I'll see if I have anything good, because most of those are really old. Another thing I love, and we should all be doing this, is writing postcards. I do this a lot. Every time I go somewhere, I tend to write a postcard to my boyfriend, and I think it's so fun because he also does it for me. So then you end up having this cute collection of postcards, which are usually quite aesthetic. And additionally, it's sweet messages from your significant other, which is really nice to read through sometimes. So I love doing that, and I think it's really nice. Usually it's a sweet intention and people tend to really appreciate it. Something that goes along the lines with the postcard idea is writing either love letters or letters to friends. I have an example of this. So I have a really good friend who lives in the US who used to send me letters, and hers were so nice because they were typed on the typing machine, which is super aesthetic. And we would send each other letters when we were younger, and I really like these. I think it's really fun, and you have the excitement of waiting for the next letter. And then if your friend's quite artistic, the letters tend to be very pretty. I must say my sister does this. She has quite a few pen pals, and hers are stunning, and the other friends too, and they send each other things. Stickers, or I don't know what they send each other, but there's always little gifts inside of their cards, and my sister is always really looking forward to either receiving them or sending them, and I think that's a really cool activity. A last and final idea that, again, links to the postcards and the letters things is making birthday, Christmas, any type of card. I can show you some examples of things I made, but I'll also show you what I've received because I have some really talented friends. So for Valentine's Day, I made the most random little cards, and it took me a few hours because I think I made 7, but I think they're so cute. Right, I don't know if you can tell. Maybe I'll insert pictures, but some of them are also not that cute. This is just a Uno card. It's a little less aesthetic or sweet, but doing this was A, very fun for me, and then B, gifting them to someone is always fun, and I think they tend to like to receive these types of cards. I'll show you some that my friends have made me. They're stunning. So this is one card my sister actually made. Look how stunning this is. She painted this cake. I love this. And then inside I have, a letter written from my parents and then my sister. This is another card I received for my birthday from a friend. She drew this. I'll maybe insert pictures. I'll insert pictures here of the birthday cards. But they're stunning. Or a simpler example, but again, this is beautiful, but this is maybe easier to do for people who are less artistic. Just writing happy birthday and then drawing flowers. This is such a love language to me. It's gift giving, but with a personal touch. I actually have a collection in here of cards I've received since I'm 7. So I'm not going to go through all of them with you guys. There's no need to. I don't think you guys care, but I have huge cards. I actually have a big one. All types of cards. Christmas, birthday, random notes people have written. Like I have these types of random little notes on pieces of paper, post-its, pictures that friends took, stuff from when I was super young, because again, I think I started when I was 7. Handmade cards, which I love. My sister made this one too, which is really sweet. It was a scratch card. This whole box is full of cards, and if you can, you can see. It's amazing. I love going through them. I love receiving them, obviously on my birthday or Christmas or whatever the occasion is, and I love making them. I would really recommend gifting cards, even if you're less artistic, right? Let's say you just buy a card and write on it. It's so sweet. The person might keep it forever if they're on the sentimental side like I am, but I think it's such a fun and sweet intention and hobby to have. It takes a little bit of time if you're doing the card yourself, but if you're not and you're just writing a message, if you think of a heartfelt message, it is such an amazing gift. I would really recommend cards. Writing them, making them, letters, postcards, whatever you want to do. Showing your love and appreciation for a person through something written and physical proof is so nice to have. I think the art of writing letters or any type of correspondence or poem is so beautiful. It's such a relaxing task to do and such a beautiful gift to receive. I think our generation should start doing it again. It's really fun. Plus, you can let your creativity flow in whatever you're writing or drawing or painting, whatever you want to do. Another idea of something that you can do to be more whimsical or bring back your inner child is to do things such as poetry. I quickly mentioned poetry earlier on, but I think it's such a fun activity to do, and just let yourself be. Let these whimsical ideas just flow through you. Same goes with painting. I think painting, just a stream of consciousness while painting is so fun. Just paint the shapes and colors that come to mind, and in the end you have something fun that comes out of it, even if it's not the most aesthetically pleasing. I think the whole process of painting and the thoughts that you just let flow is such a great idea. Another thing to implement into your everyday life to make it a little bit more whimsical or fun is music. Either listening to it, which I hope you already do, but listening to music that really is fun to you and makes you want to dance or sing. Making music yourself, any type of instrument, singing, even if it's just in your car, great way to just let your inner child live. And then thirdly, dancing to music on your own. I saw this online where people say that they have this rule of dancing 5 minutes before they leave the house, and I think it's such a great idea because it just lets you release any type of tension or stress you might have. It makes you feel a lot more confident before exiting the house, and it's just fun. It's a great way to start your morning, put you in the right mood, put you in the right mindset, put you in the right vibrations to manifest whatever you want during your day. So I think that's a great other thing to keep in mind. It's just music and how it can make your life a lot more fun. And finally, like I already mentioned for the painting, stream of consciousness. Writing down your stream of consciousness. Letting yourself sit down, do nothing, and just think. No reading, no listening to a podcast, just think. I think that's really great. Just let your thoughts come out and just listen to yourself. See what your inner you is trying to tell you. And what your inner you wants to do that. That leads to a more whimsical life. Thank you so much for watching. If there is anything you'd like to discuss or comment, please do so. I read all my comments and answer to all of them. If there's something you'd like to see in my next video, also let me know. I will try and implement that. Till then, I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, weekend, whatever it is right now, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!